The semifinals, a chance at revenge, a chance to kick the Spartans' ass. It was our defense against the Spartan offense averaging over 68 points per game. And we knew they'd come out in a diamond and one, so we needed to get a lead early and kind of force them back into a man-to-man where we were a lot more comfortable. The effort, unbelievable. Our defense couldn't have played any better. As a matter of fact, it was probably the best defensive effort all year, led by Ryan, Davey, Austin, Andrew, and Colin. We held them to 39 points and 21% shooting from the floor. Colin had a monster game with 25 and 18 boards. And again, Colby and Corey, I thought, sparked us on offense. And Alex gave us great minutes off the bench as well. It was a physical, grueling battle, and it wasn't pretty, but we were going to the district championship game.
Todd Davis. This is the District 4 AA Boys Final. The Lancers of Loyalsock against the Tigers of Southern Columbia. Ben Willis is our producer. When Loyalsock did not win the District 4 championship a year ago, it was big news because the Lancers had won 5 in a row prior to last season. Well, here they are back in the District 4 final and coming in as the number 1 seed. They are the champions of the Central Susquehanna Conference Division II. They are 22-4. They have won 10 in a row. And in this postseason, they have defeated Towanda 58-47 and while losing 71-34. For Southern Columbia, it's been some story to reach this championship final as they started the season 0-5. I wonder what the history of 0-5 teams reaching a district final is. Probably not a very long and storied one. But they have really turned things around. Of course, there were the mitigating circumstances of the long football season and several injuries. Since that 0-5 start, they are 18-3, and they won 2 convincing games in the postseason, defeating Wellsboro 59-26 and Hughesville 49-39. The Tigers looking for their school's first District 4 championship since 1996. Both these teams members of the Central Susquehanna Conference, so they played twice during the regular season. Back on December the 22nd, it was only Southern Columbia's second game of the year. They lost at Loyalsock 58-42. Back on January 24th at Southern, the Tigers turned the tables and they won 59-53. There were mitigating circumstances to both of those games, and we'll let Kurt Stelfox, the head coach of the Tigers, explain them in our interview a little bit later. Last season, Southern Columbia defeated Loyalsock 3 times, twice during the regular season, and then in the district quarterfinals, 62-49.
Adam, Blonicanis, Wimble, Gearhart, Snyder, Stover. These kids are the ones that is going to rely on whether or not we're going to have a district championship at Southern Columbia.
They will have to get more contributions from more people. Boy, Loyalsock scares you with those three-point shooters. 160 made threes on the season. So if there were just one player, you say, well, be aware of him, but it's a number of players. In fact, they have 3 starters, Gaetano, Shively, and Kelly, all with more than 30 made threes on the season.
Yeah.
The high school level, that's very, very impressive.
Well, you know, Coach, like you said, you talk about setting up your defensive strategy, and, you know, you say, well, if we got a guy inside and one guy outside, you might need to extend out. That becomes very difficult, and it almost demands that you go man-to-man defense to extend out on everybody, and then that, again, that opens up the penetration and it opens up the inside game. So, yes, when you have guys that can shoot the basketball, it becomes a very, very difficult task. With Southern Columbia, as you said, Jim, these guys know how to play defense. Adam, Gearhart, Blonicanis, you know, they will D anybody up. So, you know, you got to play them.
Well, as we mentioned earlier, Southern Columbia and Loyalsock split a pair of regular season games. Southern coach Kurt Stelfox recalls those 2 games.
Well, the first one, Jim, was our second game of the year. We were missing 5 guys. It was really no excuse. They played very well. And for the only time this year, we played primarily zone. And they hit some 3-point shots. It was a 5-point game at halftime, and they wound up winning by, I think, 14 or 16 points. But, you know, they are tremendous shooters, and that game, you know, they really did a nice job. The second game, they were without Will Kelly, who was suspended, played that game at home, and I thought our depth was pretty much the key there. We played 12 people in that game, and got good contributions from a lot of people, and we're fortunate enough to win that by 6.
One of the keys in this game, they have terrific players, Eric Gaetano and Will Kelly, and a pretty solid lineup. But what does your team have to do particularly well?
Not turn the ball over. They're very aggressive. We might see a man. I know we'll see a full court 1-2-2 trap. We'll see a half court 1-3-1. They may play us some man, but overall, both times they played a 1-3-1 and a 3-2 against us. So I think we're going to see more zone than man, but They're extremely quick. They play the passing lanes very well. We have to be very disciplined with our passes and actually attack their presses more than we have the first two games.
That's Kurt Stelfox, down his 5th season as head coach of the Tigers of Southern Columbia. Terrific record, 80-52, his career mark after spending 17 years as an assistant to Al Lanaconis at Southern Columbia. Kurt has taken over the controls. Last year they won 22 games, made it into the state playoffs, won a game, and then gave eventual state champion Prep Charter a great run. This year, after an 0-5 start, they've gone 18-3 and have made it into this District 4 championship game. Here's the starting lineup in this afternoon's game. First of all, for the Tigers of Southern Columbia, the point guard, number 23, Andrew Wimble. He is a 5'9 junior. At the two guard, number 32, Dave Adams, a 5'11 senior, averaging 4.3 points per game. Does a little bit of everything for this team. He's second in rebounds, second in assists, and you can't let him alone. He's hit 13 trays on the season. At the 3 spot, an excellent defender, number 25, Ryan Gearhart. He is a 6'4 senior, named to the first-team Central Susquehanna Conference All-Defensive Unit, averaging 4.7 points per game. Number 2 on the team in block shots. At the 4 spot, number 10, Austin Lanaconis. He is a 6'3 senior, averaging 5.5 points per game. And at the 5 spot, number 5, Colin Claybon. 6'6 sophomore, the Central Susquehanna Conference Player of the Year, averaging 23.9 points per game, over 14 rebounds a game, 78 block shots on the season. Also number 3 on the team in assists, number 1 in steals, just a terrific high school basketball player. And Colin Claybon has moved into 10th place already on Southern Columbia's all-time career scoring list. For the Lancers of Loyalsock, at the point guard, number 11, John Young. He is a 5'7 senior. He averages 4.9 points per game. At the 2 guard, and a terrific player, number 10, Eric Gaetano. He is a 6'1 senior, first-team Central Susquehanna Conference selection, averaging 15.9 points per game. He's number 1 on the team in assists. The good three-point shooters hit 35 trays on the season. He was also named to the Central Susquehanna Conference first-team defensive unit. So he is a terrific player. This is a team that can really light it up with three-pointers. Number 40, Braden Shibley, is a 6'2 junior who has hit 37 trays on the season. And he's hitting 44% from three-point range. He averages 6.8 points per game. At the 4 spot, number 1, Will Kelly. He is a 6'4 senior, first-team Central Susquehanna Conference selection, leading scorer for this team, 20.3 points per game. Kelly at 6'4", obviously can take you to the basket, can also hit the threes, hit 25 trays on the season. And rounding out this starting lineup, for Loyalsock, number 24, Greg Whelan. He is a second-team all-conference selection, a 6'3 senior, averaging 10.5 points and 8.2 rebounds a game.
The championship game. The Lancers 22-4, top seed, 10-game winning streak. Can't beat them, right? Why play the game? Well, you guys did play the game, and to near perfection. After starting the game 0 for 4, we hit 25 of our last 41 shots. Austin and Aaron frustrated Kelly all afternoon. Andrew, Ryan, and Dave Fegley made Gaetano take 20 shots to score 15 points. The defense was superb. We got 22 points from our captains, 17 off the bench. Plus, Colin was big again with 24 and 12 boards and held Whelan scoreless. March 3rd, 2007. Let us remember.
Jump center for Loyalsock. Colin Claybon for Southern Columbia. This one's underway. Loyalsock controls the tap. They attack the basket. Young out front. Right side, Whelan. Southern Columbia open man-to-man. Ball goes low to Kelly against Lanaconis. To the foul line to Whelan. He took steps. Greg Whelan started to make a move toward the basket against Claybon. Shuffled the feet. And Southern Columbia with their first possession. Tigers with a 59-26 win over Wellsboro, 49-39 over Hughesville to get here to the final. Loyalsock opens in a zone. Adams, deep right corner. Left wing to Gearhart. Starts into the baseline. His double team comes out to Lanaconis. Gives to Adams. His long shot right side off the mark. Rebound pulled down underneath by Will Kelly. Now to John Young. Loyalsock with the basketball against the Southern Columbia man-to-man. Kelly starts into the right baseline all the way through. The shot blocked by Claiborne. Foul call. Let's see if it's on Colin Claiborne. It is. They must have got him with part of the body as well. That's going to be a very, very tough matchup for Austin Lanaconis. Kelly, very athletic, very quick, and of course Austin playing with that brace on the left knee. No ACL in that knee because of that injury suffered during the football season. As Will Kelly, an 80% foul shooter, makes his first and has his second. Loyalsock leads it 2-0. Here's that full court pressure. 7:11 to go, opening period. Dave Adams in the backcourt. Draws the double team, gets to Gearhart. Back to Adams across the timeline to Claiborne. To the top to Gearhart. To Colin Claiborne, deep left corner. To Gearhart, right side Adams. Adams out to Wimble. To the top to Gearhart. To Lanaconis. Open from the top, his jumper will not drop. The rebound goes to Gaetano. Gaetano down the lane is fouled. Reach in on Andrew Wimble. So we talked about Southern Columbia in this game needing badly more contributions on offense. They've got two good looks from two players other than Colin Claiborne in the early going. Neither shot dropped. They trailed 2-0. Inbounds pass to Wheeler. He lines up the jumper at the baseline. No good. Rebound. Comes out long. Pulled down by Ryan Gearhart. Southern Columbia with a basketball. Trailing by 2. 6:30 to go first quarter. Gearhart. Deep right corner to Adams. Down low to Claiborne. Draws a double team. They come out to Gearhart. Left side Lanaconis. Lowers the shoulder. Fires the runner in the lane. Will not drop. Southern 0 for 3. Loyalsock. The other way. Deep right corner. Gaetano starts down the lane. His shot won't drop. Rebound to Gearhart. Gearhart across the timeline to Wimble. Now to Claiborne. A long three left side. Back iron, no. Rebound Wimble. To the basket. Dishes off underneath. And a foul call. So Wimble with the offensive rebound and a good dish after the penetration. And the foul will be on Will Kelly. His first, the team's first. That'll send Dave Adams to the foul line for Southern Columbia.
Loyalsock, very, very athletic, certainly. Central Columbia doing a decent job so far in terms of trying to contain some of those penetration moves. Kelly got the one on the baseline, but, we've had some good looks from Southern Columbia so far, so they're taking their time and looking for the good shot.
Dave Adams makes the first, adds the second. We're tied at 2. 5:55 to go first quarter. Loyalsock with the basketball against the Southern man-to-man. Whelan gets it at the foul line. Turns, goes hard to the basket. Shot rejected by Claiborne. A running left-handed hook by Whelan and knocked out of bounds by Colin Claiborne. As John Young leaves, and Logan Davis, the 5'11 sophomore, in the lineup for Loyalsock. Inbounds pass to Gaetano. Wimble on him. Ball goes to Davis. Or rather, Kelly, and Kelly took steps. Kelly on the baseline, trying to bustle up on Lanaconis, and Kelly shuffles the feet. Loyalsock turns it over. Southern inbounds against the pressure. Double team gets it off to Davey Adams. Adams gives it off to Gearhart. Across the timeline is passed to Claiborne. He gives right side to Wimble. His 13-footer is good. Andrew Wimble for 2. Southern Columbia has a 4-2 lead. 5:23 to go first quarter. Kelly on the dribble right side. Starts down the lane. Fires the runner, no good. Rebound off to Lanaconis. Off to Dave Adams. Adams down the lane to Gearhart. Gearhart down low to Claiborne. Turns and a foul. Good ball movement by Southern Columbia. And a nice feed by Ryan Gearhart down low to Colin Claiborne. And he'll go to the foul line.
A lot of times things will start with a good fundamental basketball move. Nice box out down the other end. Outlets basketball, some simple passes, and Claiborne's now at the foul line.
Wheeler with the foul. His first, the team's second. Colin Claiborne makes the foul shot for his first point of the game and Southern's first lead of the game. One more coming. for the 6'6 sophomore. This one rims out. Rebound by Wheelan. Southern Columbia leading at 5-2. It was not their first lead of the game. Loyalsock with the ball. 4:54 to go, first quarter. A steal by Gearhart. On a bad pass by the Gaetano. Gearhart missed the layup. Followed up and in by Claiborne. Loyalsock scored the first 2 points in this game. Southern Columbia scored the last 7. 4:39 to go, opening period. Lancers with the ball following their timeout. Wheelan on the right side. Gives it up to Kelly. Kelly to Young was re-entered. To Gaetano at the top against Wimble in the Southern man-to-man. Gaetano starts down the lane, fires the runner, puts it up and in. Terrific move by Eric Gaetano. Ends the 7-point run for the Tigers. 7-4 is the Southern Columbia advantage. They beat the pressure and set their offense from the top. Gearhart gives it up to Claiborne. It's like a 1-3-1 zone now for the Lancers. Southern against that zone and turns it over. Good play by Shively. He knocked the ball off Dave Adams. Loyalsock with the basketball. 4 minutes to go, first quarter. Southern Columbia leads it 7-4. Gaetano down the lane, rises for another runner. This one won't drop. Tapped up Wheelan once, twice. No, the rebound tapped out to Gearhart. Across the timeline to Adams. Adams to the top to Gearhart. Lobs it low to Claiborne. Gathers, puts it up. Yes, and a foul. Good feed from Adams at the top. Claiborne gets the bucket and a chance at a three-point play.
If there's going to be a spot that is open on that 1-3-1 zone, it is down on the baseline on either side of the basket. And Gearhart took his time, looked down low, and exactly where Claiborne was waiting for him. So that's perfect execution offensively against the 1-3-1.
And that's the second foul on Wheelan. Ed Pinkerton has replaced him. Southern Columbia counters with Steve Roth and Colby Snyder as Claiborne at the line. His foul shot is no good. A rebound to Will Kelly. 9-4. Southern Columbia with the lead. 3:40 to go, first quarter. Gaetano on the dribble across the timeline. Gearhart has him down the man-to-man. To Kelly, deep right corner. Starts at the baseline, puts it up and in. Strong move by Will Kelly along the right baseline. Makes it a 9-6 Southern Columbia advantage. Tigers beat the pressure, but Lanaconis throws it away. Right into the hands of Gaetano. And we've got a foul call against Southern Columbia on the other end. So Loyalsock will keep the basketball.
It was a kick, Jim.
Okay, 9-6 is the Southern Columbia lead. Lancers with the ball. Young, down low to Kelly. In trouble, comes out to Shively for three. No good. Rebound kept alive by Roth, but it goes to the Lancers. Out front, Gaetano. Spins in the lane. Comes out for a long three, and Pinkerton is fouled. He'll be shooting three. Colby Snyder commits the foul for the Tigers. His first. And Ed Pinkerton will be at the line for 3 foul shots with a chance to tie it. Now, they didn't say Pinkerton. We better check on those numbers. It's Colin Kelly, excuse me. The numerical that I was given has some different numbers than the reality of the situation, as Kelly makes another foul shot, and now he tries for the trifecta to tie it as Shadley leaves, and Austin Knighton is in for Loyalsock. Aaron Yoder's in for Southern Columbia. Next foul shot, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Ryan Gearhart. 9-8, Southern Columbia with the lead of the ball. 2:54 to go, first quarter. Right side, Roth. Gives it off to Colby Snyder. Steve Roth, his left side to Yoder. To Claiborne at the foul line. He draws a double team, goes to Gearhart for a three. Yes. Ryan Gearhart for three. 12-8, Southern Columbia. 2:32 to go, first quarter. Right side, Gaetano with the basketball. Gearhart on him in the man-to-man. To the top to Young against Roth. They lob it low to Kelly. Kelly against Yoder. Back in dribble, turns, shoots, no good. Rebound pulled down by Colin Claiborne. To Gearhart. across the timeline. Bounces it to Yoder in the corner. He gives to Gearhart and out to Colin Claybon. Right side, Steve Ross. 2 minutes now to go in the quarter. Good pass down the baseline to Snyder. He missed the shot, but Yoder picks up the rebound, gets it to go, and draws the foul. A terrific feed from the top by Ryan Gearhart to Colby Snyder. His shot wouldn't drop, but Aaron Yoder, a 6'1 sophomore, with a good follow, gets the basket, draws the foul on Austin Knight, his first, as Claybon leaves the lineup for the first time. Davey Adams in for him. Yoder's foul shot is good. 3-point play by Aaron Yoder, 15-8 Southern Columbia, 1:57 remaining in this first quarter. Biggest lead of the game for the Tigers. Knighton with the ball. Makes that Colin Kelly to Gaetano. He's open for three, left side. Shot off the mark. Rebound contested. Went off Kelly. Southern Columbia basketball. Tigers with the ball in a 7-point lead. 1:40 remaining. Here's that full court pressure. Adams inbounds to Gearhart. Draws the double team to Dave Adams. To Colby Snyder across the timeline to Yoder. Yoder turns and knocks over his man. Kelly will draw the offensive foul on Aaron Yoder. His first. So Loyalsock gets it back with 1:33 remaining in this first quarter. Team fouls even at 4. Loyalsock with the basketball. Young right side to Gaetano. Eric Gaetano to Will Kelly at the top. Left side, they go to Knight. His pass deflected. Kelly recovers at the midcourt line. Will Kelly against Yoder. Gives it up to Gaetano. 1:15 remaining in the quarter. Gaetano against Gearhart. Gets a step. Takes the baseline. Fires up the shot. Makes it tough. Shot by Eric Gaetano. 15-10 is the Southern lead. Adams against the pressure. Dribbles across. Draws a double team. Goes to Gearhart. Now to Yoder. Back to Gearhart. And to Adams at the top. To Gearhart at the top of the key. Left side, Steve Ross. 50 seconds now, remaining opening period. 1-3-1 zone put up by Loyalsock. Southern Columbia with the basketball at a 5-point lead. Gearhart holds it above his head. To Roth, deep left corner to Snyder. Now to Roth, cross-court pass to Adams. Down low to Yoder. He's double-teamed. He still gets the shot up and in. Aaron Yoder with 5 first quarter points. 29 seconds to go. The Southern lead is 7. Gaetano down the lane. Dishes off. Ball went off him, but Southern Columbia deflected out of bounds. And Loyalsock will inbound with 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. As Eric Sober will check in for Ryan Gearhart for Southern Columbia. Lancers inbounding from underneath. Will Kelly to inbound. Kelly inbounds to Gaetano. He's fouled by Sober. Sober trying for the steal, instead fouled Gaetano. Corey Sober picks up the foul. That's 5 team fouls on Southern. You don't want to get put Loyalsock at the line. They shoot over 70% from the line as a team. Inbounds pass to Kelly. Kelly launches a 3. Yes. Tough shot by Will Kelly. With Aaron Yoder all over him. 17-13 is the Southern lead. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Pass against the pressure. Across to Snyder. To Sober inside. His shot will not drop. They have a breakout. A pass down court to Knight. And now to Gaetano lays up. Missed the layup at the buzzer. Gaetano's shot does not go. A terrific first quarter of basketball action. 17-13 Southern Columbia. Tigers with the basketball. Moving from our left to our right. 1-3-1 zone put up by the Lancers. Claybon and Lonacona's back in there as well as Wimble. In fact, the original starting 5 for the Tigers and for Loyalsock as well. Wheeling back in there playing with those 2 personals. Dave Adams, a long 3 from the deep left corner. No good. Claybon taps it out, but it goes to Gaetano. Gaetano down court to the basket. Blocked by Gearhart. Kelly gets in his foul. Terrific defensive play by Ryan Gearhart. Gaetano as good as you'll see going to the basket. And now Kelly at the line. I did not think that was a shooting foul.
Well, the initial one wasn't, but they called a foul on Adams on the shot. Not on the block. But
I know, not on the block, but right. I didn't think that Kelly was shooting, and the Southern's questioning it across the way as Kelly makes the foul shot. He's 3 for 3 at the line.
Ours is not the question why.
Oh, it is, definitely. Kelly missed the next shot. Rebound to Claiborne. 17-14. Southern Columbia with the lead and the ball just underway here in the second quarter. Lanaconis gets it low out to Gearhart. Right side Wimble. Lanaconis slides up a 13-footer and nails it. Austin Lanaconis for two. 19-14 Southern Columbia. Todd, we talked about Southern needing contributions from other people if they're going to be in this game. They've got it so far.
Gearhart, Lanaconis, Wimble, Yoder.
Right side, Gaetano. To the top to Kelly. Kelly lines up a long jumper. No good. Rebound to Claiborne. Great box out by Andrew Wimble. Wimble, right side to Adams. Adams to Wimble. Now to Claiborne. To Wimble at the top against the 1-3-1. He gives way to Ryan Gearhart. Right side. Now to Adams, deep right corner. To Lanaconis down the lane. Gives off to Adams. To Wimble in the middle to Claiborne. He drives to the basket, misses the shot. Rebound Whelan. Has it knocked away by Adams, who puts it up and in. Dave Adams with the steal in the bucket. 21-14 Southern Columbia. 6:30 to go first half. Scott Zadinsky, the Press Enterprise, will be our guest at halftime. Young left side to Shively. Shively to the top to Whelan. He launches a three, missed everything, out of bounds. Southern Columbia basketball. 21-14, Tigers lead it. 6:14 remaining in the first half of play. Great crowd on hand here at the Chicopee Fieldhouse in Sunbury. Against the 1-3-1. Wimble on the right wing. Gives to Gearhart the corner. Back to Wimble. To Gearhart. To Wimble. To Lanaconis. Left side Adams. Lobs it low and bad pass. Over the head of Claiborne. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Loyalsock basketball. Claiborne had position. The pass beyond his reach. And Loyalsock will try to cash in on the turnover now with 5:50 to go in this first half. Gaetano right side of Shively. Shively tried to go low and a good kick of the ball by Gearhart to prevent that pass. Ryan Gearhart, a terrific defender. He was a first-team Central Susquehanna Conference defensive selection. We saw why on a number of occasions in this first half. As Young inbounds in the backcourt to Eric Gaetano. Will dribble it across. Gaetano gets a high pick from Kelly, starts in the lane, rises for a jumper, nails it. Eric Gaetano with 6 points. 21-16 Southern Columbia. 5:32 remaining in this first half. Adams, deep right corner. Double team, gets the ball to Wimble. Wimble in the lane, in trouble, lost the handle, out of bounds. So back-to-back turnovers in Southern Columbia, ironically, after Loyalsock had taken the pressure off.
Yeah, just a half-court set down here and looking for things that aren't there.
Dave Fegley in replacing Andrew Wimble for the Tigers, who lead by 5. As Loyalsock brings it across at the 5:19 mark, remaining in this half. Young gives up to Whelan at the top. He gives left side to Gaetano. Gaetano takes to the baseline, rises for a jumper, no good. Rebound contested. Claiborne comes up with it. Gets it off to Gearhart. To Fegley. Three-pointer right side. Yes! Dave Fegley just into the game, nails the three. 24-16 Southern. 4:55 remaining in the half. Biggest lead for the Tigers. Kelly into the lane, turns, shoots off the glass, missed the shot. Rebound to Lanaconis. To Fegley. To Gearhart across the timeline. To Adams, down low to Claiborne. Turns, shoots, scores. Solid Claiborne with the bucket. Timeout Loyalsock. 4:35 to go to the half. The Tigers by 10. You're listening to high school basketball. John Young on the dribble across the timeline for the Lancers. To Will Kelly inside. Hands off to Young. Launches a jumper around. No good. Rebound to Claiborne. His pass deflected, but he gets it back. He goes to Gearhart. Now to Lanaconis in the middle of Claiborne. Turns, shoots. No good. Rebound. Battled for out of bounds. It will be Loyalsock basketball. Lancers will bring it across. Austin Knight has entered the lineup for Loyalsock. And Logan Davis in as well as the Lancers with the ball. Knight down the lane, has his shot blocked by Fegley, and out of bounds. It will be Loyalsock basketball. Nice play by Fegley. Stood his ground, kept the hands in the air. Gaetano went right into him with the ball. Loyalsock mounting from underneath. Gaetano in the corner. Starts out great spin move. His shot no good. Rebound comes out to Austin Lanaconis. To Davey Adams. Adams to the foul line. To Gerhardt out front. To Adams in the lane. His jumper is good. Dave Adams with 6 points. It's a 12-point Southern Columbia lead. 3:45 remaining in the first half. 28-16 Tigers. Gaetano on the right side. Gaetano's pass out front, knocked free by Adams. Recovered by Will Kelly. Kelly lines up a long three and nails it. Will Kelly with his second try. 28-19. Southern Columbia with the lead in the ball. 3:16 to go third quarter. Gerhardt calls a play from the top. Loyalsock has gone man-to-man. Right side, Fegley gives it to Gerhardt. Hounded by Gaetano. Gerhardt turns the dribble to the baseline and draws the foul. Nice play by Gerhardt. Gaetano will pick up the personal. Southern will inbound from underneath. 15 foul on Loyalsock. The first foul on Eric Gaetano. Fegley will inbound from underneath. Comes out to Claiborne against Kelly. Claiborne. It's a great matchup. Will Kelly against Colin Claiborne. Left side, Adams. To Claiborne at the top. Launches a three. Off the mark. Rebound. Pulled down by Wheeler. Good outlet to Gaetano. Cross court to Kelly. Lines up a three. No good. Rebound to Fegley. Outlets to Adams. Across the timeline left side. Adams to Claiborne. His short jumper rims around. No good. Rebound to Kelly. 2:29 to go first half. Loyalsock with the basketball. Southern Columbia with a 9-point advantage. Gaetano dribbles near the midcourt line. Gaetano starts down the lane. Great spin move, but runs into a double team. Gets to Kelly for a three off the mark, and it hits the top of the banking board. So Southern Columbia will have it. Aaron Yoder checks in for Austin Lanaconis for the Tigers. Shively will check in for Loyalsock. He'll be replacing Logan Davis. Southern Columbia with the basketball. 2:10 remaining in this first half. The Tigers lead at 28-19, and now that pressure back on by Loyalsock. They've taken it on for a while, but the full court pressure is on. Adams inbounding to Fegley. Lobs a pass to Yoder. Across the timeline right side. Aaron Yoder out to Claiborne. Claiborne out front on the dribble against Kelly. Lost the dribble, gives the ball to Adams on the left wing. He lobs it low. And Yoder tries to make a baseline move and throws it away. 1:54 to go in this half. Southern Columbia with a 9-point lead. Loyalsock with the basketball following the Tiger turnover. District 4 AA championship on the line. Southern tried for their first since 1996. Whelan on the right side. Tried to lob it low and threw it right into the hands of Yoder. So Loyalsock with the turnover. Southern will bring it across. 1:39 remaining in this half. Ryan Gerhardt at the top. Calls the play. Gets the ball low to Yoder. Back to Gerhardt. Three-pointer right side. Off the mark. Rebound to Claiborne. Puts it up and in. Solid Claiborne with the follow. 30-19. Southern Columbia. 1:19 remaining first half. Gaetano at the top. Right side to Kelly. Kelly starts in on the right baseline and foul. And that will be number 7 on Southern Columbia. Yoder picks it up. Aaron Yoder with his second. And Will Kelly at the line to shoot the front end of a 1-1. With his team trailing by 11 as Steve Ross in, Dave Adams out for Southern Columbia. Will Kelly is 3 for 4 at the line. Has 11 first half points. Great foul shooter, 80% from the line. Foul shot is good. 1:10 remaining in this half. Southern Columbia is led by as many as 12. Kelly could cut it to 9. His foul shot rims out, rebound Yoder. Ball pops free in the lane. Scramble is on, still on, and Loyalsock comes up with a basketball. Kelly for three, no good. Rebound to Yoder. Outlets to Roth. Roth across the timeline. Roth down the lane, fires the runner, yes! Steve Roth for two. 32-20, Tigers, 50 seconds to go in this half. Back up to their biggest lead. Gaetano down the lane is fouled. Eric Gaetano has a quick first step and then a great spin move. Very, very tough to defend. And he'll go to the line as the foul is on Dave Fegley, his first, 18 fouls against Southern. And Gaetano shooting the front end of a 1-on-1.
If you have a explosive first step coupled with the ability to shoot the outside jump shot, which Gaetano does, it is a very, very difficult task to try to defend him. And Southern's been doing a decent job so far. So, you know, hats off to Southern. But this Gaetano kid, boy, he is just quick as lightning.
He made the first shot. He made the second. The lead is down to 10, 32-22. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Gearhart across the timeline. Southern with the basketball. Claybon's out of there. Gearhart into the lane. Out to Roth. Roth gives off to Whipple. Now to Gearhart. Looks up at the clock. Sees 30 seconds remaining in the half. Kelly is on Gearhart. Left side to Yoder. Yoder against Gaetano. To Roth at the top. Now to Whipple with 20 seconds remaining in the half. To Gearhart with 15. Gearhart reverses the dribble into the lane. Gives it up to Yoder. Yoder down the lane. To Roth out front with 9. He takes a shot from the top and nails a three. Steve Roth for 3. 2 seconds. 1. Inbound pass to Gaetano, and that's it. The end of the first half. What a half for Southern Columbia. They go in with a 13-point pad, 35-22. Third quarter about to begin. Loyalsock with the basketball, moving from our left to our right. Southern Columbia continues in the man-to-man. Original starting lineups on the court for both teams. Gaetano dribbles out to the right wing against Wimble, to the top to Young for 3. It's good. John Young, his first point of the game, and a great start for Loyalsock. 35-25 is the Southern Columbia lead. Here's three-quarters court zone pressure. Pass across the timeline to Wimble, out front to Adams. Adams lines up a long shot. It's off the mark, and the rebound pulled down by the Lancers. They come quickly across the timeline. Shively a 3, off the mark. Rebound, Dave Adams. Southern Columbia with the ball. 10-point Tiger lead. Gearhart, right side to Wimble. Out front to Gearhart. Looks down low to Claybon. Kelly muscling up against him. Solanaconis to the top to Gearhart. A real battle downside. Looks like sumo wrestling.
You're right.
As Wimble on the right wing. Deep right corner, Gearhart. His shot out of that corner is good. A foul underneath. And it will go against Kelly, I believe. So Southern Columbia gets the basket out of Gearhart. The baseline jumper. And they'll get the basketball. As the foul on Will Kelly, as Shively leaves the Loyalsock lineup, Austin Knighton in for him.
I'm not sure what he did different besides the whole play there. He was hanging all over Claybon the whole way through.
12-point lead for the Tigers. A walking call on Gearhart out front. 37-25, Southern Columbia. 6:53 to go, third quarter. John Young on the dribble across the timeline. Davey Adams on him in the Southern Columbia man-to-man. Right side, they go. Naughton to the top to Gaetano. His 3 no good. Rebound to Dave Adams. Adams across the timeline. Looks underneath to Solanaconis. Gets instead to Wimble. He goes to Solanaconis with foul from behind. Austin Knighton argues his case to no avail. Picks up his second foul, second team foul on Loyalsock. Inbounds pass comes to Solanaconis. Cross court he goes, foul underneath. Kelly mixing it up and he'll pick up another foul, and he walks right to the bench before his coach even has a chance to take him out. Will Kelly picks up his third foul. Third team foul against the Lancers. As the inbound pass comes to Gearhart at the top for the Tigers. Goes to Adams. Davey Adams to Gearhart. Gitano on him. Gearhart hands it off to Claybon. His long shot left side, no good. Gearhart with the rebound, but his pass knocked free. Scramble is on, out of bounds. Loyalsock basketball. 6:08 remaining third quarter. Southern Columbia leading it 37-25. At stake, the District 4 AA championship. Young at the top for the Lancers. Against the man-to-man. Gives off to Gitano. Starts in left side against Wimble. Lobs it low to Whelan. Turns, faces the basket. His pass picked off by Adams. Adams down the lane, lays it up and in. Dave Adams with the steal in the bucket. 39-25. With their biggest lead, 5:45. And it's over and back from Gitano. Turnover on Loyalsock.
Just nothing but a concentration error there against Loyalsock. Davey Adams, big play, read that pass coming across, 2 steps before the ball, would have got to the guy, he was already down the floor.
Southern Columbia with the basketball. Now they have Knighton on Claybon. Big size advantage for Claybon if they can get it there. Lanakonis gives to Adams. Looking down low, comes instead to Wimble at the top. Wimble gives left side to Dave Adams. Throws in the baseline to Gearhart, lobs it nicely for the two-hand slam by Claybon. Terrific ball handling by Southern Columbia, and the lead is 16 with 5:15 to go third quarter. Kelly back in the game, gets it low, he's double team, and he is fouled by Austin Lanakonis. Picks up his first foul. Terrific passing by Southern Columbia on their end. The last has a touch by Gearhart in to Claybon for the slam.
Claybon sensed that Gearhart was there, was kind of close to him, went by. They doubled down on Gearhart, just a nice little puppy pass there to Claybon for the jam.
Young will inbound from underneath, comes to Gitano. Gitano down the lane, forces the shot up. He's fouled by Wimble, maybe before the shot. I think that's the ruling of the referee, Nate Sorber, as the foul on Wimble, his second. Team foul number 2 on the Tigers. Sock will try it again from underneath their own basket. Inbounds pass is not knocked free. Picked up by Lanakonis. He gets it to Wimble. Wimble out front to Adams. Dave Adams will dribble out near the midcourt line. Southern will spread the court a bit with 4:54 to go this third quarter. At the top, Andrew Wimble. Right side to Dave Adams. Adams to Gearhart, and he is fouled. The foul on Braden Shively. Picks up his first 14 fouls on the Lancers. Timeout, Southern Columbia. 4:46 to go, third quarter. Tigers lead at 41-25. You're listening. Southern Columbia following the timeout. Inbounds. Gearhart misses the shot, but Claybon with the rebound up and in. 13 points for Colin Claybon. Incredibly, Southern Columbia with an 18-point lead. 4:33 remaining in this third quarter. Gitano starts in. Is fouled by Wimble. Yeah, Kurt Wimble, an excellent defender, but that is a tough man to match up with. Eric Gitano, third foul on Andrew Wimble. 13 foul on the Tigers. Shively on the left wing. Shively to the top. To Gitano. To Will Kelly against Lanakonis. Kelly down the lane. Drives and draws the foul on Claybon. Kelly did a good job that time creating the contact with Claybon, and picks up his second foul. And Will Kelly, an excellent foul shooter at the line, 80% of the season, 4 for 6 in the afternoon.
There are shooters and there are scorers, and shooters can put the ball in the basket when they're open, but scorers will do that as well as what we just saw Will Kelly do. Penetrate and then making contact and still getting a shot off, and that's a whole other level of being an offensive player.
Steve Roth has checked in for Andrew Wimble. Kelly's next try on the way. Good again. Southern Columbia 43, Loyalsock 27. 4:16 to go third quarter. Loyalsock man-to-man. Adams against Gitano. Gives it up to Steve Roth at the top against John Young. Left side, Lanakonis. Claybon with a big size advantage underneath. Naughton pushing him around. And there's the foul call.
It had to be called. I mean, he's got 8 inches on him, and Naughton is just literally just pushing as hard as he can against Claybon, and eventually they had to call that.
Third foul on one night, and he leaves the lineup. Whelan replaces him. 5 team fouls against Loyalsock. Southern Columbia will inbound from underneath their own basket. Inbounds to Claiborne. Claiborne starts down the lane against Whelan, rises for the jumper, no good. Rebound, tapped around once, twice, loose in the lane. Gaetano comes up with it. Quickly across the timeline. Eric Gaetano gives the corner to Kelly. Kelly, cross court to Young, lines up a three, off the mark, rebound contested. Davey Adams has it. Southern Columbia with the ball and the big lead. 3:35 to go, third quarter. Gearhart lobs it low. Pass picked off. Good overplay by Kelly. Kelly with the steal. Loyalsock needs to cash in. Ball goes to Whelan down the lane. Shot blocked by Gearhart. Picked off by Austin Wanakonis. Terrific defense by Ryan Gearhart once again. Southern with the ball. 3:10 to go, third quarter. Adams, right side of Gearhart. Bounces it low to Wanakonis. Turns on Kelly. Tries the baseline and steps on that baseline. Turn it over as Colby Snyder checks in for Dave Adams. 3:04 remaining in this third quarter. Loyalsock has one field goal in the quarter. They got it very early, a three-pointer by John Young.
Yeah, they've been having their issues here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 missed shots, 1 for 7 this quarter, 2 for 13 last quarter.
Aaron Yoder has checked in for Colin Claiborne. Lancers with the ball. 2:56 remaining third period. Out front, Logan Davis, who has re-entered, to Gaetano. Gaetano starts in right side, cut off by Steve Ross. Comes out to Davis. Davis back to Gaetano. One-on-one against Ross. Great crossover into the lane, draws the foul. I tell you, Gaetano has the smorgasbord of moves. That time, the killer crossover, he draws the foul. The first foul on Steve Ross. 5 team fouls apiece now as Loyalsock inbounds from underneath. Logan Davis looking. Comes out to the midcourt line to Gaetano. Between the legs dribble. Starts in right side. Runs in the long. Austin Wanakonis. Offensive foul, Eric Gaetano. Good help defense by Wanakonis. And now Kurt Stelfox will get Colin Claiborne back into the game with 2:37 remaining in this period. Davey Adams will check in as well. Wanakonis and Gearhart will leave.
You've said Wanakonis has had to get smarter this year because of the ACL lack of, and that just shows him right there. Coming over, helping out, taking the charge.
Southern beats the pressure. They get it across. 2.5 minutes remaining third quarter. Colby Snyder on the right wing. Comes to the top to Steve Ross. He gives it up to Dave Adams. To the top to Colby Snyder. And now to Claiborne. Claiborne lowers the shoulder, down the lane, gets the shot to go. Terrific move by Claiborne. 15 points the game for him. 45-27 Tigers, 2:09 remaining in the third quarter. Gaetano down the lane, fires a floater and nails it. Just when I thought I'd seen every move of his, he puts it out.
They're adding dessert to that smorgasbord.
Teardrop. 1:55 to go in the quarter. Claiborne down the lane. His foul. Colin Claiborne. Fouled by Shively. Braden Shively picks up his second. Team foul number 7. So Claiborne will go to the line shooting the 2 shots. It's a shooting foul.
Yeah.
15 points in the game for Claiborne. 1 for 3 at the foul line and make it 2 for 4 as he makes that one. Ryan Gearhart in, replacing Steve Ross for the Tigers. As Claiborne studies for his second try. On the way, good again. 47-29 Southern Columbia. 1:49 remaining in the third quarter. Gaetano on the dribble. Starts down the lane against Gearhart and draws the foul on Gearhart. Gaetano takes things into his own hands, and boy, he is a tough matchup. Gearhart, an excellent defender, but he picks up the foul. 6th team foul on Southern Columbia. So Loyalsock will inbound from underneath. Gaetano to do the honors. Into Kelly. Will Kelly turns, faces the basket, gives to Davis, now to Gaetano. Crossover dribble, lines up a long 3, no good. Rebound to Whelan, good dish off to Kelly. He muscles up, gets the shot to go, and draws the foul. Strong move by Will Kelly, and let's see who the foul is on. It is Claybon, and it's his third. So look for him to come out of here with 1:28 remaining in this third quarter, as Kelly's first field goal of this second half. Alex Durant makes his first appearance for Southern Columbia, and Kelly will try to complete a three-point play. He has 16 points in the game. He studies his shot on the way. Back iron, no. Rebound to Durant. 47-31. Southern Columbia with the lead and the ball. 1:20 remaining third quarter. Colby Snyder out front. Gives it to Yoder. Claybon will sit out the remaining of this part of this quarter with those three personal fouls. Gearhart dribbles to the top of the key. Gaetano on him. Right side to Snyder with 1:05 to go. He starts in the baseline, lost his footing, kept the dribble alive and gets the pass off to Yoder. Yoder's pass out to Durant. Durant to Snyder. 55 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Left side, Yoder with a basketball. 50 seconds to go. Snyder at the top against Kelly with 45 seconds. Left side to Yoder. Starts in the baseline. Pass out. Now Snyder has it on the right side. 37 seconds remaining in this quarter. Snyder gives it off to Yoder. Yoder flips the pass. It's deflected. Gearhart recovers in the backcourt with 25 seconds to go in the quarter. Gearhart to the dribble across the timeline. Gives it up to Yoder. Yoder with 20 seconds. Now out to Adams with 18. To Gearhart at the top with 14. Gaetano digging in. Gearhart reverses the dribble into the lane, gets the shot up, and no good. Rebound, Yoder up and in. Aaron Yoder with the follow. 3 seconds to go in the quarter. Gaetano along three. Yes! Gaetano nails a three at the buzzer. The wild ending to the third quarter, which ends with Southern Columbia leading Loyalsock 49-35. 49-34. Southern Columbia with the lead. They will have the basketball. Dave Adams inbounds right in front of us to start this fourth quarter. They attack the basket to our left. Ryan Gearhart out front. Gaetano on him. Man-to-man defense by the Lancers. Colby Snyder gives it up to Dave Adams at the top. Shively on him. Right side to Yoder against Kelly. Yoder's pass deflected, picked off by Kelly, and Kelly will lay it up and in on the other end. So Will Kelly with the steal and the bucket. 49-36 is the Southern lead. A long way to go this one. 7:36. Adams at the top. Backdoor pass to Snyder, puts it up and in. Terrific pass by Dave Adams. Colby Snyder with his first point. 51-36 is the Tiger League. Gaetano blocked in the lane by Gearhart, but it comes out to Young. Now to Whelan for a long three, no good. Rebound. Shively makes the save at the sideline. Southern Columbia with the lead. Loyalsock with the ball. 7:04 to play. Gaetano launches a three right side. Off the mark. Rebound Dave Adams. Adams dribbles quickly across the timeline. Gives right side to Snyder. Snyder to Claybon. Gets it home. Assist to Colby Snyder. 53-36. Southern Columbia. 6:49 to go. As Lonaconis in for Yoder. Terrific passing by the Tigers.
Oh, absolutely. And, that's an emphatic slam, and it makes Claybon look, athletic, but he doesn't do it without his teammates just playing spectacular offensive basketball.
Loyalsock brings it across. 6:48 to go. Southern Columbia leading by 17. Kelly is fouled from behind by Lonaconis. And the Tigers over the limit, and Will Kelly will go to the line. Austin Lonaconis with the personal, his second. And Will Kelly at the line, where he is 6 for 9. 18 points in the game for the 6'4" senior. His foul shot rims out. Rebound to Claybon. Score remains 53-36. Tigers, they have the ball. 6:35 to go in this championship game. Gearhart gives it up to Dave Adams. Adams against Young. Adams lost the dribble, needs help, gives way to Colin Claybon. Out front against Whelan. Claybon starts down the lane, reach in, foul on Whelan. Claybon for 6-6 has such a good handle. Reached by Whelan. And Claybon will go in the line to shoot the front end of a 1-1. Third foul on Whelan. Colin Claybon, 19 points in the game. And make it an even 20 if he makes that foul shot. He's had his usual spectacular game.
Not quite a double-double yet, only 9 rebounds.
But he's gotten a lot of help. Next shot no good, a rebound. Pulled down by Whelan. 54-36 Tigers. 6:14 to go. Kelly with the basketball. Out front to Young. Gives it off left side to Gaetano. Gaetano down the lane, takes the baseline, puts it up and in. 15 points for Gaetano. 54-38 is the Southern lead. 5:59 remaining. Gearhart across the timeline. Gives it up to Claybon. Whelan on him. Claybon asks for help, hands it off to Colby Snyder. Now to Claybon at the top. Gives it up to Dave Adams. Southern has spread the court. 5:40 to go. Gearhart starts in left side, puts it off glass and in.
Nice move.
Ryan Gearhart with 7 points. 56-38 is the Southern lead. 5.5 minutes to go. Will Kelly takes it to the baseline. Comes out to Gaetano. Back to Kelly. Kelly lowers the shoulder. Passes out to Young for 3. No good. Rebound to Austin Lataconis. Gearhart. Pass knocked free by Whelan, but picked off by Snyder. Into the lane to Lataconis. Lataconis to the basket up and in. Austin Lataconis for 2. 58-38 Southern Columbia. 4:59 to go. 3. Gaetano at the top. Missed sadly. And the rebound pulled down by Colby Snyder. Gearhart with the basketball. 4:48 to go. Right side Adams. To the top to Claybon. Pounded by Whelan. Has it knocked out of his hands. Claybon recovers. Behind the back dribble. Gives it up right side to Snyder. Deep right corner. Gearhart. He took steps. 4:34 to go. Knight will come in replacing Kelly. Logan Davis will come in for Loyalsock, and Ron Enziger will use the timeout. 4:34 to go. Southern by 20. You're listening. Southern Columbia stunning Loyalsock 58-38. Lancers with the ball following their timeout. Gaetano starts down the lane, rises for a left-handed shot, a wild one, no good. Rebound contested, they're coming our way, and
I was going to protect you that time, Jim. I was. I didn't have to, but I was.
Great hustle. Fortunately, not that great that it reached us. As the inbounds pass, coming to Will Kelly. Kelly at the top, launches a 3 and nails it. Will Kelly makes it 58-41. Southern Columbia, 4:15 to play. As officials stop play momentarily.
Possession clock was wrong.
Right. The Tigers will inbound. Leading by 17. Now Loyalsock pick up with a little pressure in the backcourt. 1-3-1, 3/4 court. Gearhart. Cross court to Steve Roth. He draws the double team, gets it to Gearhart. Gearhart across the timeline to Lataconis. Lataconis to Gearhart, deep right corner. Reverses the dribble and is fouled by Whelan. He picks up his 4th. 19 fouls on the Lancers. So Gearhart will go to the line. Todd, what is the turnover number for Southern Columbia right
Southern Columbia has turned the ball over 12 times. And, strong pressure by Loyalsock in the backcourt. That's not a bad number.
It is not, as Gearhart makes the front end of a 1-on-1. Southern had over 20.
They had 25 during the semifinal game against Hughesville. And we thought, they were very lucky to have won that basketball game. And, we said if they play that way against Loyalsock, it was going to be a long night. It's been the exact opposite offensively.
Gearhart makes a couple of foul shots. 60-41 Southern Columbia. Dave Adams back in the lineup for the Tigers. Right side. Whelan with the ball. Gives it up to Gaetano. Gaetano has it knocked out of his hands by Claybon, but he recovers. Gaetano starts down the lane. Nice dish to Kelly, who puts it up and in. Terrific pass by Gaetano to Kelly. 60-43 is the Southern Columbia lead. 3:37 to go. Gearhart against the pressure. Double team, pass across the timeline to Adams. Adams gives it up to Ryan Gearhart. He gets to Claybon on the left. To Adams, to the top to Gearhart. Southern Columbia can afford to be patient. 3:20 to go. They lead it by 17. Gearhart off to Roth and hands it to Adams. Adams, pounded by Gaetano, reach and foul on Eric Gaetano at the midcourt line. Gaetano slams the floor as he picks up his third foul. And Dave Adams will be at the line. And that is 10 team fouls on Loyalsock. So Adams at the line. Foul shot won't go. I think Dave Adams has played a terrific game for Southern Columbia.
He has been solid. Again, we talked in the first game when we saw the Lewisburg girls win. It's not always points. And he's just solid, handling the basketball, doing the things that he needs to do.
He did, however, miss a couple of foul shots, and then coming over the top, Claybon commits the foul, his fourth, and Loyalsock will be at the line. 3:07 to go. Kelly has missed his last two, even though he's an 80% shooter at the line. Got 23 points in the game, and now make it 24. As Corey Sober replaces Colin Claybon. At the 3:07 mark, nice round of applause for the big sophomore as Kelly gets set for his second try.
Kelly was 3 for 12 in the first half. He's 4 for 5 from the floor in the second half.
Next shot, good again. 60-45, Loyalsock. Pressure on the backcourt. Southern able to get it across. Lanaconis, double team, gets it to Adams. Adams down the lane to Sober. Open 10-footer, missed everything but the rebound. Saved by Steve Roth. Roth out front to Gearhart. 2:52 now to go in the game. To Adams at the top. Tigers have spread the court. Adams out front to Gearhart against Gaetano. Gives it up to Roth. 2:40 remaining in the game. Roth gives it off to Sober. Loyalsock chasing the ball, playing aggressively. They've not given up by any means. Adams against Kelly at the top. Adams holds it. Gives it off right side to Gearhart. 2:24 to go. Gearhart double team out to Adams with 2:20 to go. To Gearhart. Gives it off to Adams. 2:15 remaining. Adams gives it off to Lanaconis. Now out to Gearhart. To Roth on the right side. Roth, deep right corner. Down low to Sober. His shot rejected by Kelly and picked off by Knighton. Knighton will bring it across. 1:58 to go. Gaetano down the lane. Lost his footing. Walking call on Eric Gaetano. And now Claybon will check back in for Southern Columbia. Colby Snyder will check in for Southern Columbia. 1:54 remaining. 60-45 is the Southern Columbia lead, and the Tigers will burn a timeout. Claybon inbound to Gearhart. Ball pops free. Scramble is on the sideline, out of bounds. Southern will keep it. Logan Davis checks in for the Lancers. Dave Adams will inbound from the side across the way from us. Into the backcourt to Claybon. And Claybon will dribble across himself. Now he is fouled in the big court line by Davis. Not what Ron Ensinger had in mind. He wanted that foul much sooner. And Claybon will go to the line to shoot two as it's Loyalsock over that 10-foul limit. Colin Claybon looking for his 21st point in the game, and he gets it. Claybon with one more coming. Shot on the way, good again. 62-45. Southern Columbia, 1:44 to go. Gaetano across the timeline to Kelly down low. Kelly staggers into the lane, gets it out to Gaetano for a three, no good. Rebound to Claybon. Double-double. Claybon off to Snyder, down court to Adams, gives off to Lanaconis. And now to Colby Snyder. Southern Columbia holding the ball out front. Claybon on the dribble. Gets it to Adams. Adams is fouled. He'll go to the line with 1:13 to go. Another double-double for Colin Claiborne as Dave Adams goes to the line. Double figures in scoring and rebounding once again as Adams. Foul shot is good.
His 46th career double-double as a sophomore. 46. Unbelievable.
Colin, number 10 on Southern Columbia's all-time career scoring list as a sophomore as Adams missed the second shot. Loyalsock with the ball, 63-45. Southern leads it. Long three. Kelly, no good. Rebound, Claiborne. We're down to a minute remaining in this one. Subs set to check in both ways. Claiborne down the lane, gives to Wanaconis. He puts it up, missed the shot. Claiborne gets the rebound, puts it up and in. Claiborne for 65-45. Timeout for Loyalsock. We'll keep it right here. They may be just calling this timeout to get subs in as the Southern Columbia crowd on their feet. Kurt Stelfox hugs Austin Wanaconis. But what a story he is. They didn't think he was going to play at all this season. No ACL at all. That left knee, had the surgery, came out, and certainly has been a big contributor as he gets congratulations on the sideline along with those other starters who have left the court. Kurt Stelfox now has his hands around Ryan Gearhart, who played a terrific game, particularly on the defensive end. Loyalsock with the basketball. 45 seconds to go in this one. Antoine Love with the ball. He starts down the lane and lays it up and in. Love just off the bench, puts it in. 65-47. Tigers across the timeline. Long pass by Steve Ross. Deflected out of bounds by Love. Southern Columbia has Kurt Kessler in the game along with Andrew Wimble, Corey Sober, Durant, and Ross. Tigers with the ball. 26 seconds remaining. Pass thrown away by Wimble. Picked off by Love. He lost the handle. Diving on the ball is Ross. Gets it off to Kessler. Kessler down the lane. Comes out to Durant. 14 seconds to go. To Wimble. Wimble to the top to Kessler with 8. He can hold it. Southern Columbia started the celebration. Winding down 2-1, and that's it. For the first time since 1996, the Tigers of Southern Columbia are the District 4 AA basketball champions. The final score, Southern Columbia 65, Loyalsock 47. The Lancers of Loyalsock came into this game with a 10-game winning streak. They were the champions of the Central Susquehanna Conference, 22-4 record. Having won 5 of the last 6 District 4 championships, they had a lot going for them, but it was Southern Columbia that dominated this game today. Loyalsock took a 2-0 lead in this game with less than a minute gone. It would be their only lead of the game. Southern led after one quarter, 17-13. Led at the half, 35-22. Built that lead after 3 quarters, 49-34, and were never, ever threatened in the second half as they win going away 65-47. Medal ceremony out onto the court as we go through the individual scoring for Colin Claiborne. 9 field goals, 6 for 9 at the foul line, 24 points in the game. He is the only Tiger in double figures, but that is not the story. Southern Columbia got great contributions from a number of people, including Dave Adams and Ryan Gearhart, who had 9 points each. Aaron Yoder, a sophomore off the bench, with 7. 5 points for Steve Ross. 4 for Austin Wanaconis. 3 for Dave Fegley. 2 for Steve Ross. 2 for Andrew Wimble. 25 field goals for Southern Columbia. 3 3-pointers. 12 for 18 at the line. 65 points. District 4 AA championship belongs to the Tigers of Southern Columbia, winning convincingly over Loyalsock 65-47. With us is the head coach of the Tigers, Kurt Stelfox. And Kurt, let me start with a confession. First of all, I didn't know that you could win this game. And second of all, I sure as heck didn't think you could win by 18.
Well, it makes 2 of us, Jim. It really does. I mean, this team had Loyalsock had everything on us. I mean, there's revenge from last year. We beat them 3 times. Basketball, talent-wise, they're a better team than we are. But, man, did we have some heart, and the kids make me look intelligent tonight. You know, I mean, to be 0-5, I can't even tell you what it feels like to be at this spot, other than I am so proud of these guys, everybody that contributed, and it's fantastic.
Well, the list of people that contributed, you'd have to go through everyone that was on the court, because it really was a team victory. Now, you look at the box score, and you see Claiborne with 24, no one else in double figures, but you see 9 different people who scored points. That was big.
And guys all season, I mean, the starters have done very well. Andrew Wimble hit a shot, and he hasn't scored in about 6 games. Aaron Yoder and Steve Rock, Colby Snyder, Corey Sober. These guys all year have just said, Coach, whatever you want, you know, that's what we'll do. And to be honest with you, Steve and Aaron haven't played probably more than 5 minutes in the last 6 or 7 games, other than the blowout over Wellsboro. So it's fantastic.
I know pictures have been taken. The celebration well underway, and well it might. Kurt, again, you mentioned 0-5 before. For those people who don't understand what that means, is that Southern started this season 0-5, and now they are 19-3 since then. And I'd love to know the history of the District 4 or any district championship to find a team that started 0-5 and won the title.
Yeah, I was thinking of that today, if any of that has ever happened. I don't know. I'm just glad this one did. You know, and it just goes back to the character. These kids are fantastic. And the one thing, just for the people that don't know, because you don't see it in the print media very often, is we have 19 people that are honor students. We have 19 players and 19 are honor students. And you can't beat that. As great as this is, the fact that they're academically outstanding is just as incredible.
And you know, there's so many good stories on your team, none better than Austin Lanaconis, who has proved once again that ACLs are not needed to play the game of basketball.
No, that's not necessary.
He has just played through the pain, played with that brace, and played with smarts, and has contributed. There's no doubt.
I mean, he had a tough time playing Willie Kelly last year with 2 good legs, and I thought tonight he did a wonderful job. It was very special for me to allow Al to give him his medal. I mean, everything that Al meant to this program and what he did for 19 years. I mean, that's why we have the opportunity to do this right now. One quick thing, Jim, before... That was a heck of a move you made again. I thought you were bailing out a little quicker than what you did last game.
I've learned. Actually, Dave Adams and I have an agreement. He will not try to save any balls on his sideline. But congratulations, Kurt. Celebrate, you deserve it.
Thank you.
Kurt Stelfox, head coach of the Tigers of Southern Columbia, the District 4 champions, 65-47 over Loyalsock. Todd Davis, final comments.
Well, hey, I'm just a small part of this. We've gotten to see them now every district playoff game here, and like you said, Jim, I would not have thought if the game was going to be 65-47 that Southern Columbia was going to be up on top. So these kids just played as well as they could have, and you know, they are good kids, and I haven't had as much contact with them as you have or some of the other people in our community, but you can just tell that they carry themselves on the court, Jim, with just an air of confidence, but also one of teamwork and unity, and I'm not sure that you always see that with high school athletes anymore, and it was just an honor watching these kids play basketball today. So.